Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee is a figure I was kind of peer pressured into buying. Just like I'm going to peer pressure you guys into joining the Patreon and the Discord in the description below. That aside, I love the old 76 Camaro that this guy turns into. It's one of the reasons I love Bumblebee. This one specifically has the off-road stylings with the bumper and the cage, and it's pretty alright. I kind of wish it was a normal 76 Camaro, but it's fine. The vehicle mode does offer weapon storage for both the sword and the cannon that he comes with, which is really, really nice. Neither of which really get in the way of just displaying this guy. I love how little clear plastic is actually used on this dude. It's so subtle and it uses it to actually pop. The off-road details don't really get in the way, and the paintwork on the striping is just fantastic. For comparison, here we have with the equally fantastic Studio Series Rise of the Beast Mirage, Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Jolt, Studio Series Nest Bumblebee with Sam, and Machine Wars Hoist. Studio Series 100 Bumblebee is not a super complex affair to transform. It's actually quite nice, and there's a lot of really clever bits on this guy. So to get started, obviously you want to kind of just pop the doors to loosen everything up. You can bring the tires back. That's going to open it. So just folding the wheels and the doors and tires together is going to give you the clearance you need. And you can see that this part has already freed up. Then you want to bring out the arms and they just chunk into place. Boop. There we go. They really have figured out this Bumblebee transformation. For the bottom of the legs, you're going to come up here and it's going to untab because it's just kind of loosely tabbed together. Just want to split it, which I was having trouble getting this together earlier. There we go. Split it there. And this is so clever. So the legs split from the center, that forms the foot, and then the heel from the bumper slides down, and then this fills in the gap and holds in that top hinge. It's so clever having the foot tuck in right there and having the heel form like that. It's so clever. From here, you can kind of tilt the headlights. They do tilt down a little bit, which lets you push up on this. And then you can bring this back a little bit. Bring it back, and you want to slip the top section between the door wings, bring this in, and then chunk that down. And from there, then you can fix his headlights, and they do tilt upwards. So fix the headlights, come back here, lift this up just a little bit, just enough to fold that, and pop this. And don't be too scared of this, because there is a this is a clear, so while the top it is clear plastic, it does have a reinforced hinge with the solid plastic from the black roll cage, and that just nice and rolls and folds underneath his back to fill in the back gap. And then we can rotate the arms down, rotate them forward, adjust his head, adjust his back wings a little bit, and there we go. And just to give him a little more oomph, we can stick his blaster in his hand and take the sword. It has 2 tabs on it, and there's 2 slots on the arm. Give him his arm blade, and there we go. Studio Series 100 Rise of the Beast Bumblebee in robot mode. If you weren't sold on this guy in vehicle mode, you're gonna get sold on him in robot mode. It is stunning. I wanted essentially a Bumblebee movie Bumblebee, but turned into a Camaro, and that's what this is. This is absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted for that design. If you want a Bumblebee that turns into Camaro, but you don't want like the first movie one, this is perfect for that. The head sculpt I have does have the added paint app, so it is the fixed version, which means the tolerances are a little better. And it's just amazing the way the chest rolls up, the arm details, the leg details, the sword, the way the cannon folds around the arm to make it look like it's transformed out of it. It's so nice. I do wish the sword had a little bit more paint on it. In fact, I wish this figure had a little bit more paint on it in general, but for just being a Bumblebee like action figure, this thing is just fantastic. It really serves that purpose, and it cleans up so well, having no more kibble than any other Bumblebee figure. For comparisons, here it is again next to his co-star Studio Series Knuckles.
Studio Series Jolt. And then here we have Machine Wars Hoist and the Combiner Wars Laserfire, who absolutely dwarfs these guys.
Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. There he is. The boy, the mascot, the face of the franchise currently. Although maybe Mirage is giving him a bit of a run for his money. This guy has great posability. Like, this is, I don't really get Studio Series stuff, and Bumblebee really blew me away. I was for a figure that I was just like, I just want a movie Bumblebee that looks like Bumblebee movie Bumblebee, but turns into the Camaro. This is perfect for that. Starting us off, we have a ball joint at the head. He can look up pretty far, not so much down, and then turn left and right. Not so much on the waggle, but that's all right. The arms are ball joints at the shoulders, so as much movement as you want out of those, and they're nice and tight. Bicep swivel right above the elbow, and then a 90-degree bend at the elbow. No wrist swivels on this guy, which is kind of unfortunate, but it does have some nice paint on the fingers there, which is pretty cool. He does have a waist swivel, which is very, very usable, especially for those dynamic pointing and shooting poses where he has like his Mega Man arm gun. The thigh swivels are a little loose and the hips aren't as tight as I'd like them to be, but that's fine. They go forward that far, they go back that far, out that far, and then, like I said, thigh swivel, that is pretty loose. The knees are also kind of loose. They lock into place here, like they like chunk in, and then they bend. But they are 90-degree. And then he has a swivel below the tilt. So he has an ankle tilt and then an ankle swivel. So no matter what, his foot will always be post the tilt, which is kind of unfortunate. I do wish I have Jeep Bumblebee, the or off-road Bumblebee, whatever we're calling that one. I have that one, which is right here, and it has ball jointed ankles, and I quite like those ones on that guy. So I kind of wish they went with ball jointed ankles on this one, but overall this is a really good one, and I'm especially a fan of the accessories he comes with. And maybe that's a reason that like he doesn't have wrist swivels, is because he does come with quote unquote more accessories than usual. He comes with 2, and it seems like if you're a Studio Series figure, you're lucky if you get 1. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the fact that he comes with 2 accessories, especially because the sword is like, you can use it on the other Bumblebees, which is really, really nice. But yeah, Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, definitely a great figure. If you only get 1 Studio Series figure, like ever, I definitely recommend this one.
I don't collect Studio Series. I said this in my previous video, but making an exception for the Bumblebee and the Mirage, and maybe even some more figures in the future, I really like this Bumblebee. It's what sold me on Studio Series. I am even going back and trying to find some other like Bumblebee movie Studio Series stuff, such as Starscream and those ones that are going on Black Friday sale. I might pick up a couple of them just to put them with my other Autobots. But for right now, Bumblebee and Mirage really are just fantastic. If they are what the new standard for Studio Series is going to be, I'm all in. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.